Alright, before I start the review, let me address the elephant in the room,
Hey, hi there.
because everybody's bitching about it. This movie isn't historically accurate at all. Napoleon's army never fired cannons at the pyramids, they never drowned a bunch of soldiers by firing cannons at a frozen lake, and most importantly, he never actually rode into battle with any of his soldiers. But this movie's so good, I really don't care. Hi everybody, Anthony here from Awesome Anthony Productions, and today I'm going to give you my review of Ridley Scott's epic / incredibly fictionalized biopic of Napoleon. But before I get started, you know exactly what to do. At the end of the video, if I've earned it, please leave a like, subscribe, and ring the bell so that you never miss any of my new content. Now let's get into it. Like I said, I could really care less about how historically accurate this movie is. Unlike something like The Woman King, which turned a tribe of violent slavers into cultural heroes, or The Greatest Showman, which turned one of the biggest con artists and racist of all time into a singing, loving, tolerant family man.
Yikes.
This movie never really tries to paint Napoleon Bonaparte as anything other than what he was, an egotistical maniac that is a total warlord with delusions of grandeur. Yeah, it takes a ton of historical liberties telling the story to make it more cinematic, but Ridley Scott was open about that from the very beginning. And half of what I heard about this movie revolved around people bitching about historical inaccuracies, so I was already prepared going into it knowing that I was going to see a piece of historical fiction. And aside from that, and the fact that Joaquin Phoenix is weirdly the only person in this movie that didn't even try to put on an accent, I've got to say that this film blew me away.
That was pretty good!
Every aspect of the production, from the practical sets to the larger-than-life battles, has the full cinematic prowess of Ridley Scott at his prime, along with his stellar crew behind him, and regardless of the inaccuracy, this really makes this film something spectacular. And those battle scenes are truly worth the price of admission alone, just to see how well they're put together and choreographed. And even when CGI is used, it's never distracting and doesn't become a focal point, it's just there for enhancements.
What's CGI?
I'm also amazed by the realism of the violence, whether it's the brutal aftermath of someone that gets nailed by a cannonball at point-blank range, or the way that the soldiers' swords and bayonets leave the battlefield completely bloodstained. Every action scene is astounding to watch, bringing me to the edge of my seat and getting my blood pumping, especially when combined with Martin Phillips' excellent score. But this movie doesn't just excel in the battle scenes. Outside of these, we get a pretty complicated, tragic, and emotional love story between Napoleon and his wife Josephine, played by Vanessa Kirby. Their chemistry is very palpable, and there are several scenes that are actually pretty heartwarming between them. But this is Napoleon Bonaparte we're talking about. And even though the movie and Phoenix's powerhouse performance go a long way in humanizing that man, it really doesn't shy away from the worst parts of him, including infidelities, having his soldiers fire on innocent protesters, and the emotional abuse that he puts his wife through, even though she's definitely not innocent.
Oh, you are the lesser of two evils.
The mere fact that he makes her feel like a piece of garbage for not being able to produce an heir for him is hard enough to watch, and the great performances from Phoenix and Kirby really sell all of this and leave you into the story. Phoenix also has great chemistry with the rest of the cast who all bring their A game, from Tahar Rahim's total turncoat Paul Barris, who goes wherever he's not going to get killed, to Rupert Everett's small but pivotal role as the Duke of Wellington.
This vermin has held the world hostage with his egotism and his lack of simple good manners.
Every frame of this film just oozes confidence, cinematic beauty, and effective practical sets and visual effects that barely use any CGI, and the strength of the director and the cast and crew just go above and beyond in making that all even better. It just feels authentic, regardless of the creative liberties taken or the fact that Joaquin Phoenix didn't even try to do a French accent considering he's the leader of the French army, which, now that I think about it, is probably for the best.
That accent is terrible.
I know critics and fans are very divided on this based on those points, but if you can look past that and just expect a great movie, not a documentary, I really don't think you'll be disappointed. And that's my review of Napoleon. Really short one this time.
Oh shit.
If you like this video, you know exactly what to do. Please leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss any of my new reviews. While you're at it, you can scroll down to the description to find the links to my socials. Leave a comment, let me know what you thought of the movie if you saw it. And if you want more of my content, you can click or tap on these cards right here. It'll take you to my review of Thanksgiving, or just over to my channel where you can check out my reviews, my shorts, and my old shit. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you next week for my review of
Godzilla -1.